Hello and welcome to another AIC video. I wanted to do an update video on my daily carry, my LCP II and 22 long rifle. I'm actually replacing it. I've had this now for about two and a half years, almost 3 years, stuff like that. And I've liked this gun. It's been a pretty decent gun. I spent a lot of time at the range with it. I'm pretty confident in its abilities. However, I also recognize that 22 long rifle is not the best round for personal defense. And so I did have the original LCP that I really didn't like. It was really too difficult to use. So this was on sale at the Bass Pro shop, not near me, but we went to go visit some family in the Bass Pro shop near them because I don't have a Bass Pro near me. It was on sale, so I picked it up a couple weeks before Christmas. Haven't had a chance to use it yet, but we have it and I plan on using it soon. But I wanted to do just kind of a quick overview of the difference between these two firearms as far as physically how they are different. So first thing you'll notice, the magazines not loaded. This is a single stack. This is like a 1.5 or 2 stack magazine for that 380 ACP, and so it's much thicker. Again, both are 10 round, so they're 10 plus 1 on both of these. And what that means for the gun itself is the grip on the LCP MAX is slightly wider. And honestly, in the hand, you can feel it, but it's not like massively wider. It just is like, oh yeah, that's a little bit wider. And I don't think it makes much, if any, difference in your pocket, that additional width. It doesn't make it feel much bigger at all. The other thing you'll notice is the grip is a little bit longer, but a lot of that is the magazine. Like on the LCP II, you can see that the magazine sticks out much further than it does on the LCP MAX. And so I think because they use the 380 for this one as well, the magazine for that is much shorter, because I think it's only like a 7-round magazine. And so that much shorter magazine makes this length overall shorter, and the base plate is what sticks out and makes it longer. It's a very similar length once you take that into account. And I do have the extended base plate on here, but it doesn't make it that much longer in the end once you have both magazines inserted. The slides are very, very similar to each other as far as their overall dimensions. The one big difference you'll notice is on the LCP MAX, we have dovetail sights that are much bigger and removable. So you can take these, swap them out. I don't know what else would fit there. I haven't done any research on that because I probably won't ever replace the sights on this. But they are replaceable and adjustable for windage, not height adjustable though. They're much higher visibility on there, which I really like. You look down these ones on the LCP II, and you can just barely see that front post. So I'm trying to do this for the camera, so it's kind of hard. But you can tell that's really hard to see when you're shooting. I know a lot of people paint the white on here, and I did at one point, and it actually ended up flaking off after a while, so I just gave up. Another big difference between these two is on the LCP II. For the 22 version specifically, there's a thumb safety. And as much as I've tried to get used to this thumb safety, it is not, I've never really gotten used to disengaging that in my dry fire practices. It's really awkward and it's really clicky, and that's not very subtle. Like if you wanted to take out a safety while it was still in your pocket or something, you know, prepare. That's very distinctive and very loud. This does not have a thumb safety. It still has a trigger safety on there, but it is no thumb safety. You just have the slide lock there. Let's go ahead, drop the magazines again, take them apart, take a look at the internals, see how they differ there. I know you're supposed to be able to pull these pins just out with your fingernail. I've never been able to do that. So I just take a screwdriver, a small flathead, put a little masking tape on there, and it works perfectly to get under that, and ever so carefully, if it's slid out, there we go. pop that out. So I'll do that one, and I'll do this one. Okay. So pull that out, and then the whole slides forward. Same on this one, pull that out, and it slides forward. So looking at these, obviously other than the size of the barrel, they are very, very similar in design. Little cutout here on the LCP II, I'm sure that's just for weight, because it is a 22. You can't have a heavier slide because it won't cycle properly. On the LCP MAX, they left some of that in there. Otherwise, very similar. Just for kicks and giggles. Will it even, no. So it won't go on because of the ejector, where there's a cutout there for the ejector. All right, as far as the what are these called? They are also very identical. Frames, there we go. That's the word I'm looking for. As far as the frames go, very, very similar. Again, we have our hammer back here. The ejector on the Max is significant, or no, that's the slide lock, which doubles as the ejector, it looks like. So the slide lock and the ejector are significantly bigger on the 22. And I'm sure that's just because of ejecting the rounds. The rounds are smaller, so it needs to be bigger to account for that. The rails are nearly identical. And the front part of the frame is also very, very similar. So yeah, very, very similar overall design. I don't think that they were going for a whole new engineering. I think they really just made this. And the improvements they made were for the optics and to account for having more rounds in the chamber. Other than that, I don't think there's much in the way of engineering differences between the two. In fact, they look nearly identical. The one thing that this has that this doesn't have is it won't fire without the magazine in, or this one I'm not going to, but you could fire it without the magazine in. So that's the only difference I know of between the two frames, other than the obvious size differences to account for the different ammunition. So if you're looking at getting one of these, you know, I've really enjoyed this firearm, and it has been my pocket daily every single day since I bought it and then tested it out. With the magazine inserted, again, you're really only getting 2 fingers on there. That pinky is free floating. On the LCP MAX, you can get, with the extended base plate, you can just get that 3rd pinky on there. But it's not going to do much. What it really gives you is the slightly thicker grip does give you a better overall grip on the firearm. Again, I haven't shot it, but this feels a lot more comfortable than this does. I know I have short, stubby fingers, so, but yeah, that's small. This feels more substantial in the hand without actually being significantly more substantial. So as far as reassembly goes, it's always a pain because you have to get this in, and then you have to line up this stuff just right. Okay, I always found that if I put this in here and just put this back just a little bit, there we go, clips in. Same for this one. And then I put this in. It doesn't quite clip in unless I kind of push this back. Just kind of takes that pressure off of the barrel. So that way it will push through. Anyways, if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, leave those down in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to answer. Oh, and as far as holster compatibility, I forgot about that almost. So this is a leather holster I bought for my LCP II. Goes in there just right, because the cloth one that this came with died on me. And then this did come with the cloth one, but since I already have the leather holster, thought I would put it in, and it fits. So, so if you already have a holster for the LCP II, it probably has a high chance of working for the LCP MAX if it doesn't interfere with the grip at all, because it's the grip that's different, not the slide. The one to worry is the size of the optics. Not a big deal on the leather holster. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you have an amazing day.